My name is Silvia Damião. I am a civil engineer with 32 years of experience in housing, environmental, and database development at São Paulo City Hall. I am going to present today projects developed with open source software at the last 20 years. In this photo, we present the organization paper maps made in before 2004. From 2015, the City Hall launched GeoSampa. And today, we can access more than 400 layers through the platform managed by Prodan Data Processing Company from São Paulo, whose developers are here with us. In 2014, the City Hall made a flight to prepare the digital map of the city. The result of this work was available from 2009, and it was from this date that the digital mapping could be elaborated with precision. Between 2004 and 2014, the mappings were done in property software without database, and the access was made only locally. It was no different from the paper construction, only the method of research and storage had changed, now done digitally. In 2014, I was invited to organize more than 6 layers with more than 12,000 polygons to draw. I only have the human resources and computers, no property softwares because there was no money to invest. While the employers were mapping using QGIS, I searched a database with free software. As I know a little about Linux, I set up a server with an old computer, and from there, I created a database with PostgIS in 6 months. We had our database. This work was reported by the City Hall as an experience to be replicated. The link is on the following website in next slide. From 2015, with the GeoSampa platform access information through the website, everyone wants immediately information. The challenge is to transform from map to digital with the cartographic precision. Without a database, we would have nothing. This is the beginning. This is the case reported, my database in Linux, reported by municipality. Now, I will show 2 examples. After winning this first challenge, we are faced with repetitive tasks and we are challenged all time in search of new solutions. Let's show 2 examples that made a difference in reducing the time license and the accuracy of the information. Example 1. According to ordinance by the Brazilian Aeronautics Command, guidelines are established for the creation and management of airport protection zones. The objective is to ensure the safety and efficiency of air operations by preventing obstacles and activities that could interfere with air navigation. The ordinance details the competencies of municipalities and other bodies in monitoring and controlling these areas, as well as defining specific restrictions for land use near airports. Due to the large volume of license, if all enterprises were subject to aeronauts, then there would be need to increase this team. These are the layers removed from the ordinance. These are the layers. Before the creation of the system database and with using QGIS consultant was digital but restricted to a few technicians. Due to the lack of structure, the layers, we were checked one by one and filed in on table manually. I upload all the layers to the database and made a project in QGIS using the Atlas tool to issue reporter. The function of intersection function was essential for the success of the project. In this video, I will show you the composition of layers that integrate the system with the respective data. The radars are funnel-shaped and different with different heights in the middle and the ends, like this. Middle. So we slice the drawing from meter to meter, and we select in the atlas the most unfavorable quota. This is sliced meter from meter. This layer is airplanes and helipads routes. Now, helipads. The helipads grow in number day after day and limits a lot the height of the new constructions. Here we have the system in operation, and finally the layout that after design of the system can be consulted by everyone in the secretary with only an old computer, Linux. Example 2. Minimum road width per block face. Here we have the law that requires the minimum road width value to license users. The algorithm traces all the dimensions of a street segments and shows the minimum. The dimension were drawn based in function mean this point. Then I extract the nodes from the block areas, considering that at each point the line changes the direction and consequently the measurement will be different. Mean just point is the function that I used. We used a buffer of layer logradouros to left selecting points and also the union to incorporate the street segments data. We cut the block lines using the buffer on the right and join them to incorporate the street segment data too. Here we have 2 layers that I used, only 2, logradouros and quadras. Official measurements come from subdivision plans, but in old areas don't have plans. The measure to be used is the existing measure. Before the digital map, there was an alphanumeric database with 30% of the roads. Then we began comparing the both. We concluded that the database should be discarded considering the extent of distortions. You can observe the distortions of the measurement of the street. Here too, the same distortions of the database that we discarded. Now, too. Here we have the layers used and the code working. The codes make a memory layer, draw all measurements from the points of a segment, and finally choose the smallest measure and put a new layer called cotas. A routine was made by all the segments of the table. As the municipality is very large, we divided it into parts to be easier, the processing. The example of processed code, including the memory layer. Here we have the code processed. At last 5 years, I coordinate the organization of a public area layers, integrating geographic data with alphanumeric databases, automating tasks, and assign codes. This work is being migrated to Prodan from GeoSampa, ensuring greater security and synchronization of information, replacing the current model of servers with weekly updates. I retired in June of this year, happy to be given my best. Here we have the layer and the codes for consultation. Thank you for everyone, and especially to the developers of open source. You make a difference. Thank you.